There we go. This should help with the pain and take out the mirror box. Place the mirror device on the table and adjust it to display a symmetrical reflection of Wilkins' intact arm. You can see from his face that the persistent tension that has been bothering him is already fading. Give him some time to get himself together. That feels much better. The itching is gone. How strange that the brain can be deceived with such a simple trick. Thanks, sir. Much appreciated. You're welcome. Big sip of cheap whiskey. Fire away. I owe you now. Let's talk about the Arkham Stabber. Let's out a deep breath. Do you want to know about the Stabber? Your choice. Still got 4 limbs after all. Forces himself to concentrate. When I was on the case, the Stabber was targeting mob members, and naturally this got the attention of Waxface. You kill the King's men, King comes after you, right? Stabber was a threat to his authority, somebody pissing in his backyard, so his men hired me to find the killer. Wants to preserve his image of invincibility. That's understandable. Look, you don't understand shit about that. He looks around anxiously and lowers his voice. Good Samaritan. Bringer of law, unseen Caesar, whatever. With the victims... What were their names? He pulls out an old notebook and finds a torn page inside. Salvador and Abel. No one important, clueless, fresh recruits from the mob, that's all. And I looked into how they were killed, and that proved interesting indeed. The wounds all pointed to that one thing, a sword, and a big one, with a broad blade. Pierced those fellows dozens of times until they were human convicts. Seen a lot of in this profession, but that was ferocious. Salvador and Abel, I remember those names. They were registered at the hotel with Julian, the last victim. That's interesting. Wilkin lights a cigarette. Finally, we may have found a pattern. So these 3 came to the hotel together. The next question is, are they all dead? As far as I know, no. There is another one called Keelan. And we can assume the murders won't stop until this Keelan fellow gets a few more breathing holes. Unless, for the puff, he adds a miniature grey cloud to the already obnoxious hair of the ill. He himself is the Stabber. Sounds reasonable. Think about it. A riff-raff arriving from out of town, probably in some shady business. And when the deed is done, they turn to each other like rabid dogs. I've seen it happen before. Whatever the truth is, you should keep an eye out for this Keelan fellow. Maybe the key to all this. Okay. What else have you got on the case? You know, I have to admit that you're not too bad at this. When you started asking questions, I wasn't expecting much, and that's why I kept my trap shut on my real leads. No offense, but I prefer not to point my finger at suspects, especially after seeing how brutal the mob can be. I know this is a bad habit. Work ethic can cost you an arm in this place. Tell me about the suspects of yours. I had 3 good traits, but they all went cold. My first suspect was Redskin, called struggles with the pronunciation Wajatau. The other one was a magician named Horatio, and lastly I had a witness, a mute girl. Tell me about this Wajatau. He's this crazy Indian who believes he's continuing the ways of his ancestors, formed his own tribe in Dead Willows after everything went to hell. Shanty town of stinking tents. Wajatau is a savage son of a bitch. Excuse my language. Too eager to use his machete on anyone he defines as a white oppressor, especially mob people. Motive? Check potential murder weapon. Check. I'd pay him a visit if I were you, but you've been warned, mister. He's awful protective about his territory. He prefers to let that machete do the talking. Where is Dead Willows? Draws a circle on your map. It used to be a resort area along the Miskatonic River, full of white willow trees. Fancy place. You don't need to be a detective to guess why it's called Dead Willows these days. Tell me about Horatio. Horatio the Magnificent, they used to call him. Saw nothing magnificent about the man though. Total wreck. Pretty vocal about his hate for Waxface. Suicidal, right? Horatio had all the motive to go after some mobster blood. And I know he uses old-fashioned swords in his shows. You know, the coffin and the blades and nonsense like that. Is he alive? Last time I saw him, he was staying in room number 203 in the Essex Hotel. Considering his suicidal tendencies, might be a good idea to get your ass over there in a hurry. Who's the mute girl you mentioned? Donna the Mute is what the other tunnel kids call her. She wasn't always mute, so I heard. They say she became like that after witnessing the murder of Abel. The guys and that little girl. Looking at the same dreadful moment no one else could see, I tried everything but could never get her to talk. Where can I find this kid? You think you can do better? Be my guest. She lives with the other orphans in the collapsed train tunnel in the northeast part of French Hill. Better go. I have a murderer to find. And you still have 2 arms, pal. You owe all work and to drink. Don't forget that. Good hunting. Oh, we've got to level up. Just gonna see what I can do with Copperhead. Oh. Now that I'm not trying to kill him, and I have something to barter it with him with. Definitely less goddamn berserker. Oh. Number of times he's shot me in the back. It's disgusting. So what was it, 203 this guy was supposed to have been in, and he was suicidal. 203? Was it 202? Knock on the door. Just need a few questions answered. Questions about what? About several murders happening in town. The Arkham Stabber. Does this have to do with me? Man takes a deep, sobbing breath before continuing. You listen to me. There is a ruthless killer in this town, yes? And he is worse than that. He is the king of all of Arkham's murderers. You know who I'm speaking of? That black-eyed, whack-faced son of a bitch. Now go ahead and point the finger on me. I don't care who hears me say it. He's a son of a bitch. I won't do anything like that. I'm not acquainted with the mob at all. And please leave, sir. His voice throbs with pure boiling hatred. Considering the things I'm planning to do, even talking to me might cost you your neck. Willing to take that chance. Would you open the door, please? First prove to me that you're not with the mob. I'm obviously more intelligent than any of those buffoons. The room goes silent for a few seconds, and the lock clicks, and the door yawns open. Let's see if we can prevent him from committing suicide. Oh, his Horatio. Is that Horatio? Deck of marked cards. From the room window, the lifeless body of Julian, the stabber's last victim, is still visible. Did you do it? See a devastated looking man in a wrinkled stained stage costume. This must be the magnificent Horatio, or what's left of him. You're really not going to kill me, right? The man's severely swollen eyes tell you that he's been in this state for some time. Not unless you try to kill me first. For a fragment of a second, you think you see disappointment flicker in his reddish eyes. Alright, ask your so important questions. What do you know about the Arkham Stabber? Heard that some folks were being stabbed. I've barely left this gloomy chamber for a long time. Weeks, or is it months? Even the time is damned in this place. Wipes his eyes with the sleeve of his tuxedo and continues. Dusk was always the most melancholic time of day for me. He laughs bitterly. Now I am trapped forever in this moment of eternal dusk. All alone with my memories of her. On a bright day, some memories can warm your heart. On days like this, they pierce you like ice, reminding you of what has been lost forever. I'm sorry, I know the feeling. I'm sorry, I know the feeling. Lie. Everyone in this town has lost something dear. No point in pitying yourself. Horatio silently stares at the wall. It seems your words aren't reaching him. Did you hear about the young man who was killed in the street a while ago? Catch him wavering for a short moment. Did you hear about the lovely young lady who was killed at the hands of that tyrant? Look, pal, we each have our own wounds in this wretched town. What lady? His tired eyes begin to water as if to continue their routine of constant weeping. She was my assistant. Not just my assistant. Violet was everything I had. What happened to her? She was... He stops abruptly, growing angry. I don't suppose you came here to ask about Violet. Forget about your questions and leave me be. So you know absolutely nothing about the victim. I can't say that I like your tone. You better leave if you're done with your questioning. What's your grudge against Waxface? Eyes focus on the memory of his sworn enemy, and he answers slowly, making every word count. He took what is dearest to me, and I plan to do exactly the same. And if you can't find something that monster holds dear, which would be of no surprise to me at all, I will take the wretched life from his fat carcass. Heard you have a sword, or swords? So what? Do you think my stage swords are like the meat cleavers the mob uses to behead people? I'm a magician, for God's sake. He casts his eyes down. I mean, I used to be one of the best. Haven't you heard the magnificent Horatio has come to town? I think I saw one of your flyers. Is that supposed to make me feel better? He looks at the state of his clothes and smiles bitterly. Look at my magnificence now. So you're a magician. An illusionist, to be more precise. I'm no hedge wizard like those mad sheik of the cult. I don't have any control over poor folks' minds or anything like that. But if you learn the art of manipulating the audience's perception, combined with special optical effects, you can put on a real spectacle. Something that people will remember their entire lives. The first time you catch a glimpse of life in this pained man. Pure moment of sharing the same space with the impossible. The unexplainable. That's magic. Dark clouds gather again as quickly as they parted, when Violet died. The magic in me died with her. You mentioned the sheiks of the cult. Look, I use the principles of nature in my craft. I'm not a scientist, but I'm well read. Optics, physics, engineering, every spectacle is grounded in delicate calculation. Those mad priests are a different breed. Simply means that they use certain principles we're not aware of. Wish you the best of luck with that, but leave me out of it. Reason has left this town, my friend, whether we accept it or not. See, another thing. Right, goodbye. So you're good. Cottonhead, Copperhead, Cottonmouth, Jiminy Christmas. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, 302. Was it 302? No. It wasn't 302. Not interested in his backgammon. You can read it if you want. Okay, that was actually more intense than I realised it was when I did that one in silence, because I had to draw my weapon on him. Like you're the man who executed Betsy Ross. Like you bolt down a lot of Copperhead. They say you've got stamina. You're a Copperhead drinker. I am, and a better one than you. I'm more than that. I'm addicted to that poison. Man is smiling now, but that does nothing to reassure you. On the contrary, it's more intimidating than before. You are? Seen tougher men cough up their guts trying to outdrink me. You can see that your challenge has put me in a good mood. I'm going to enjoy this. Alright, cracks it open. Crack what open? The Copperhead whiskey, you idiot! Come to my door shouting your mouth off and expect to drink my poison. Show me the fucking bottle. There you go. Carrying Jack snatches the snake liquor from your hands, opens the bottle and raises it towards you. To all the brave, dead idiots of Arkham. Enter a drinking contest with Carrying Jack. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's see how tough you are. I got blasted. He drank my whiskey. I'm just gonna go in and shoot him then. I'm just gonna call him a dick. And why the fuck haven't I seen you before? I'm new, that's why. Beat it. I'm not just gonna listen to him, am I? That would have been unreasonable. Yep. Yep. And defense. So I want you to go. Given the evil eye. And takes 3 AB. Every time. Every time. Yeah, I get it. Initiative good. Oh. Not so good. Oh, what? Okay. I mean, I could just bolt for it, or I could just shoot him in the back. Bolt for it. Retreat! Ah, now I'm the enemy of the mob. My eternal light Maria, my once thriving hopes have been dashed, leaving only despair. The shadow that devoured the city prevents us from reaching the outside world. I should never have come to this godforsaken place. I should never have said yes to this wicked deal. Please know that I did everything to have a better life with... Here, the neat script is interrupted by angry scratches. Julian continues. What the hell is this place? I've written the same things again and again, but none of my letters will ever leave Arkham. There, they lay unread in that damned post office, where they will stay forever. Oh, sweet Maria, I'll never see you again. Please forgive me. And I think for now, that's a good place to leave it. We've caught up with a lot of what didn't occur last time. So thanks for spending time with me. Hope you had a marvellous time. And I hope you continue to have a marvellous time for the rest of the day. See you guys soon. Ciao for now.